Good afternoon, everyone. Let me ask you a question. How many of you are gamers or have played video games at a certain point in your life? Today, I am thrilled to present to you a fascinating journey through the world of video game sales from 1980 to 2019. As many of you know, that video game sales evolved into a massive industry, captivating billions of players worldwide and generating billions of dollars in revenue. In this presentation, we will explore the trends, insights, and stories hidden within the vast data sets of video game sales. So without a further ado, my name is Talk, by the way. I'm a Power BI developer at Colaberry. And without a further ado, let's begin the exciting adventure. In the dynamic gaming world, titles vie for dominance as they strive to claim the top spot. To determine the current bestsellers, we examine gaming platforms and their unique game libraries. So recent data reveals Sony and Nintendo platforms as leading sellers with action games at the forefront. However, it is premature to dismiss the other genres entirely. And the video game industry is in crisis due to a significant decline in sales. Despite the massive 263% increase from 2000 to 2009 decade, reaching a $5 billion, by the way, sales, sales has plumped, since 2010. The decline persists with sales per decade experiencing a staggering 43% decrease. To revive the industry, it's vital to analyze the sales data, identify trends, and develop a focused marketing strategy. So here we have the visual presentation of the data dictionaries showcasing the relationship between the video game sales table and the date table. As we all know, by establishing this relationship, we can effectively track and analyze sales data based on specific dates. This slide showcases the essential KPIs for the project's dashboard. I have 4 different KPIs on the dashboard. The first one is the total sales. The second is the sales per year. And as you can see, we have the sales year over year. And lastly, we have the sales decade over decade. And just to clarify, this KPI analyzes the sales performance over the 10 years period of time, highlighting the long-term trends and patterns. So here's my dashboard. As you can see on the top left, I have the year slicer, so we can adjust the year between 1980 to 2019 for any range in between. Under that, we have our 4 KPIs, which is the total sales and the sales per year. And as you can see, the year over year, which is also the yellow line color, and the decade over decade is the orange one. So if we click, for example, here, we can see the sales for this decade specifically in this group. Like there's 263% in sales increase from the decade prior. And on the other chart, this one specifically showing the year over year and also the sales per year. And the third one is the sales by platform, which is basically showing all the PlayStation platforms, all Nintendo platforms, all combined together, and Xbox and the other genres. This one specifically, the sales by genre, this chart is a little bit different as it's a scatter chart. It shows all these genres and it has a drill down functionality. So we can drill down to go to see like each game specifically, how it is performing. And we can just go back and check every single genre and how is it thriving. Our analysis has uncovered some positive insights. So there was a significant increase of 17% in video game sales during the year of 2004 compared to the previous year, indicating a substantial growth. The trend continued to climb steadily until 2008, with a further increase of 14% observed between 2004 and 2008. Here, let's turn our attention to a fascinating aspect of the analysis that reveals the interesting angle. As we all know, every industry faces its own ups and downs, and the video game industry is certainly no exception. So as we can see, during the 2010 to 2019 decade, there was a notable decline of 43% in video game sales compared to the previous decade, signifying a substantial loss. The trend persisted downwards until 2019. And as we all know, every successful project is a result of overcoming obstacles and learning valuable lessons. I would like to share some of the challenges that I had came across working with the project. The first one, and one of the biggest challenges, was the data set. as obtaining a data set was a big challenge. Most of the data sets that I found has missing information, making them unsuitable for my needs. As a result, I had to research through multiple resources to try to find a different data set that can meet the needs of the project. And the second challenge that I had is the DAX calculation. I encountered a challenge in creating a decade over decade measure. Initially, I thought it would be similar to calculating year over year changes, but I soon realized it had some differences. So I devoted a large amount of time to resolving this particular issue before finally achieving success. And the third one, which is basically just creating a step-by-step GIF that can meet the less than 5 megabytes criteria, which is it was a little bit of a time consuming. I had to memorize all the steps, allowing me to move quickly between these one step to another just to achieve that goal. So to increase the video game sales, there are several solutions that can be implemented. And here are some recommendations. The first one is creating engaging content. So according to a study conducted by Newzoo, 71% of gamers worldwide look for engaging and high quality content when choosing which game to play. Therefore, game developers should prioritize creating such content to attract more customers. And the second point is embracing new technology. As technology advances, game developers should embrace new technologies to improve their products. For instance, they can develop games that are compatible with virtual reality or even augmented reality. And the third point is expanding the target audience. Game developers can expand, of course, their target audience by developing games that cater a broader audience, such as older individuals or people with disabilities. Of course, marketing the game effectively by using social media, influencer marketing, or even any other digital marketing channels to reach out the target audience. And the fifth point is basically offering a competitive pricing, which looks obvious, but they can also consider providing discounts for specific games or special offers to incentivize the purchases. And of course, at last but not least, is improving the customer support. According to another report by HubSpot, businesses that provides excellent customer service has an increase in customer retention by 74%. And as a wrap up, it is up to the industry stakeholders, developers, policymakers, and researchers to take action and shape the future of gaming. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening.